Donald Trump was forced to admit on Saturday that his campaign emails had been attacked. Donald Trump is blaming Iranian hackers, although there's no specific evidence of that yet. Donald Trump tried to cover up the fact that his campaign was hacked earlier this summer in July. He didn't go to the FBI. He didn't tell anybody at all. He didn't go to Microsoft. He took no action, tried to sweep it under the rug and cover it up. So why are we learning about it now? Because one of the hackers, who was going by the alias Robert, was sending internal Trump documents to Politico, and Politico ran a story over the weekend. Here's the exclusive. We received internal Trump documents from Robert. The campaign just confirmed it was hacked. The campaign suggested Iran was to blame. Politico has not independently verified the identity of the hacker or their motivation. And I think it's very important to mention, though, that Donald Trump was not forthcoming about this. His campaign did not go to the FBI or go through the steps that it should have, because they were attempting to cover it up. By the way, this is not the first time that Donald Trump had been hacked. You'll recall back in 2020, a hacker hacked Donald Trump's Twitter account by guessing Trump's password was MAGA 2020. And that same Dutch hacker had previously guessed a few years before that Donald Trump's password was "you're fired." And that's how that hacker was able to get into Trump's Twitter account. Let's just take a look at this Politico story right now. And then I want to compare and contrast to when Donald Trump called or made the call to Russia publicly, saying, "Russia, if you're listening, hack into Hillary Clinton's emails." Let's just take a look how that was treated. But first, here's the exclusive from Politico. Again, the headline was, "We received internal Trump documents from Robert. The campaign just confirmed it was hacked." It says, former President Donald Trump's campaign said Saturday that some of its internal communications had been hacked. The acknowledgement came after Politico began receiving emails from an anonymous account with documents from inside Trump's operation. That's why I started this video by saying Donald Trump tried to cover it up. I don't want to bury the lead there, because normally what you would do in this situation is you'd go to the FBI or you'd go to Microsoft or Google or whatever server that you're using, and you would try to get help, and you would flag this issue so as to avoid others being hacked. But that's not what they did. It kind of reminds me of when Donald Trump basically said, like a miracle, COVID's going to go away. He downplays things. He never deals with anything the right way. I just don't want to lose sight of that in this story. The Politico article goes on to say, the campaign blamed foreign sources hostile to the United States, citing a Microsoft report on Friday that Iranian hackers, quote, sent a spear phishing email in June to a high-ranking official on a presidential campaign. Microsoft did not identify the campaign targeted by the email and declined to comment Saturday. Politico has not independently verified the identity of the hacker or their motivation, and a Trump campaign spokesperson, Stephen Chung, declined to say if they had further information substantiating the campaign's suggestion that it was targeted by Iran. Quote, these documents were obtained illegally from foreign sources hostile to the United States, intended to interfere with the 2024 election and sow chaos throughout our democratic process, Chung said. On Friday, a new report from Microsoft found that Iranian hackers broke into the account of a high-ranking official on the U.S. presidential campaign in June 2024, which coincides with the close timing of Trump's selection of a vice presidential nominee. Chung declined to say whether the campaign had been in contact with Microsoft or law enforcement about the breach, saying it would not discuss such conversations. On July 22nd, Politico began receiving emails from an anonymous account. Over the course of the past few weeks, the person who used an AOL email account and identified themselves only as Robert relayed what appeared to be internal communications from a senior Trump campaign official. A research dossier the campaign had apparently done on Trump's running mate, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, which was dated February 23rd, was included in the documents. The documents are authentic according to two people familiar with them and granted anonymity to describe the internal communications. One of the people described the dossier as a preliminary version of Vance's vetting file. So with that being said, I just want to take a look. I mean, you heard what Stephen Chung said. This is an effort to interfere with the 2024 election. That's what Donald Trump's spokesperson said. By the way, this is the same spokesperson of Donald Trump who continued to just post Kamabla over and over again and did a weird Venn diagram, even though this is not how Venn diagrams work, going Kamabla, and then just repeating Kamabla over and over again. This is the same spokesperson who told Shady Vance to go on board Air Force Two to smell Vice President Kamala Harris's plane to see if it smells. So, that's who Stephen Chung is, and he makes deranged comments every single day. But I want to share with you back in 2016, remember what Donald Trump said. He said, Russia, if you are listening, find those emails. Here's what Donald Trump said back then. Play this clip.
Russia, if you're listening, I hope you're able to find the 30,000 emails that are missing.
And not only did Russia find the emails, not only were they published publicly and they were filtered through WikiLeaks, but just take a look at how Politico handled that. So here, Politico is not publishing these emails. They didn't publish the dossier as of yet. But remember, back in 2016, Politico was live tweeting all of this stuff, or live posting, the Podesta emails, Politico's coverage of the latest WikiLeaks dump of emails from Clinton campaign chair John Podesta. And so literally every day leading up to the election, there was a Politico live blog dedicated to publishing the hacked emails that Donald Trump requested Russia hack. And Politico and all of the corporate media continued to publish those every single day, like literally up until the day of the election, every single day, post after post, with headlines like this. Clinton's team apparently inflated fundraising numbers after Benghazi hearing. Here are the anti-Clinton attacks her own team feared. DOJ official gave Clinton camp heads up about email filing. Donna Brazile leaked questions to Clinton before CNN debate with Sanders. So that's how Politico handled it back in 2016 when Donald Trump said, Russia, are you listening? And the way Donald Trump handled it as well is that was a major part of Donald Trump defeating Hillary Clinton when the corporate media published those emails every single day and started pushing those narratives against her. Donald Trump then invited to the White House on May 10th, 2017, Sergei Lavrov, the Russian foreign minister at the time, and the ambassador to the U.S., Sergei Kislyak. Those individuals were the top-ranking foreign affairs people for Vladimir Putin at that time. And then Donald Trump gave them classified information. You go, whoa, what? Don't bury the lead there, Ben. What do you mean he gave them classified information? Yeah, it's admitted that Donald Trump gave the Russians classified information in May of 2017, and then Donald Trump posted about it. I know that there's so much that's happened with Trump, but yeah, remember? May 16, 2017, Donald Trump posted, as president, I wanted to share with Russia at an openly scheduled White House meeting, which I have the absolute right to do, facts pertaining to terrorism and airline flight safety, humanitarian reasons. Plus, I want Russia to greatly step up their fight against ISIS and terrorism. And by the way, you'll recall that Donald Trump met with Kislyak and Lavrov without anyone else present, no U.S. interpreter present, just a Russian interpreter, Trump, Lavrov, and Kislyak, and that's just them who met privately. That's very unprecedented that you wouldn't have anybody with Donald Trump like that. What do you think they were talking about then? Then you had Donald Trump in Helsinki. So after Putin and Russia hacked the emails and interfered with the 2016 election, this is what went down in Helsinki, just to remind you. Play the clip.
My first question for you, sir, is who do you believe? My second question is, would you now, with the whole world watching, tell President Putin, would you denounce what happened in 2016, and would you warn him to never do it again?
So let me just say that we have two thoughts. You have groups that are wondering why the FBI never took the server. Haven't they taken the server? Why was the FBI told to leave the office of the Democratic National Committee? I've been wondering that. I've been asking that for months and months, and I've been tweeting it out and calling it out on social media. Where is the server? I want to know, where is the server, and what is the server saying? With that being said, all I can do is ask the question. My people came to me, Dan Coates came to me, and some others. They said they think it's Russia. I have President Putin. He just said it's not Russia. I will say this. I don't see any reason why it would be, but I really do want to see the server. But I have confidence in both parties. I really believe that this will probably go on for a while, but I don't think it can go on without finding out what happened to the server. What happened to the servers of the Pakistani gentlemen that worked on the DNC? Where are those servers? They're missing. Where are they? What happened to Hillary Clinton's emails? 33,000 emails, gone, just gone. I think in Russia they wouldn't be gone so easily. I think it's a disgrace that we can't get Hillary Clinton's 33,000 emails. So I have great confidence in my intelligence people, but I will tell you that President Putin was extremely strong and powerful in his denial today. And what he did is an incredible offer. He offered to have the people working on the case come and work with their investigators with respect to the 12 people. I think that's an incredible offer. Okay, thank you.
And as past as prologue, what has Donald Trump been doing frequently for the past 3-4 years? Well, Donald Trump makes these selfie videos of himself. And in these videos, he talks about disbanding NATO, pulling the U.S. out of NATO, and that he says Russia isn't a threat and the bigger threat to the U.S. are Americans than the Russians, and that he wants to remove America from NATO. Just so you can see, I mean, here's the video of Donald Trump saying that.
At home, the State Department, the defense bureaucracy, the intelligence services, and all of the rest need to be completely overhauled and reconstituted to fire the deep staters and put America first. We have to put America first. Finally, we have to finish the process we began under my administration of fundamentally reevaluating NATO's purpose and NATO's mission. Our foreign policy establishment keeps trying to pull the world into conflict with a nuclear-armed Russia based on the lie that Russia represents our greatest threat. But the greatest threat to Western civilization today is not Russia. It's probably, more than anything else, ourselves and some of the horrible USA-hating people that represent us.
I think it's also important to remember that Donald Trump's efforts to cover up the Russian hack in 2016. Donald Trump offered Julian Assange a pardon if he denied Russia's link to the hack. And this is an article from The Guardian. Donald Trump offered Julian Assange a pardon if he would say Russia was not involved in leaking Democratic Party emails, a court in London has been told. The extraordinary claim was made at Westminster Magistrates Court before the opening next week of Assange's legal battle to block attempts to extradite him to the U.S., where he faces charges for publishing hacked documents. That was back in February 19th of 2020. Look, I think it's important we take this hack very seriously, no matter who the source of the hack is, and whether it is Iranian or whatever. As Chris Krebs, who ran cybersecurity for the United States, but was then fired by Donald Trump for doing his job in 2020, he says, "Buckle up, confirmed hack and leak of Trump campaign sensitive documents. Initial response by campaigns suggests foreign sources, coinciding with Microsoft's alert from this past week and the ODNI Gov alert of the week before. Someone is running the 2016 playbook. Expect continued efforts to stoke fires in society and go after election systems. 95% of votes on paper ballots is a strong resilience measure combined with audits, but chaos is the point." And, I think the other point that I just want to share with you, though, is this is how corporate media covered things when the hack took place with Hillary Clinton in 2016. I think that's just important to point out. And how did Donald Trump handle it? What was Donald Trump doing? How did he reward the Russians? How was he trying to cover it up? And once again, Donald Trump was not forthcoming about this. This came out because Politico, after getting all of these documents, went and requested comment from Trump. But Trump didn't transparently say that there was a hack. That's just what he always does. That's par for the course with him. And it's a big problem that's worth flagging as well. Well, tell me what you think in the comments. We're almost at 3 million subscribers. Can you imagine? 3 million. I think we can hit it this month. We're getting like 15 to 20,000 new subscribers every day. So share this network with friends, family, coworkers, colleagues, neighbors, whoever you know. Let's help grow it together. And hit subscribe if you're not subscribed. It's free to subscribe. Have a good day.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.